Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
So exceptionally quickly because you were able to just crash down, take down those shields, and just really, you know, kind of cause pressure on that. EDG, they're looking for Ala to have a little bit of pressure on the top side. They get the jacks, and this is what we mentioned just about where the hell this LeBlanc AD is going to sit.
And where these teams are going to sit as well. You know, we've talked about both these teams being absolute household names as Vampire, buddy. You can't walk up like that.
I have no words. He flashes, but he'll be going down. Ming marks his return with a pretty again, very slow. Comparatively to the first game, this is a much slower setup of things. We will have JJ up here with Ala, and they may look to try and just go fully on top of the Udyr. He will get stunned up just a little bit, get stunned down, and he will be CC'd into oblivion. He is still running, but he will be jumped on, and Ala will say bonk back to the gray screen.
Of stimulated emission of radiation.
Yeah, and that's why it can never be L-A-Z-R-E-R. It can only be
well, I mean, it's kind of a backronym now, so it's just like, it has its own meaning because it's in such a big, you know, part of the language for a while.
That's the same with, I'm going to stop myself as we look for
laser sights onto him.
Yeah, but that's a great ultimate. Kind of anti-synergy right now. The Maokai ultimate comes out as well. The Chain of Corruption goes completely wide, and now EDG, they are running for their lives. Vampire, you are just in the daylight, and you'll be turned to ash. Double kill comes in here for the side of RNG, and all they needed was one little moment to just pounce on everybody and confirm themselves a good few kills. However, Fisher looking to try and confirm back on the bot side.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to take this turret down before the teleport is completed, but he has the turret, so Breathe can't go and stay for anything else. Is he going to ult him back into the tower? No, he's not. So, grand scheme of things, another objective towards this second Dragon of the game. First was taken by RNG in the early game.
And the big thing about that is, though,
or to see them, there is a Paranoia available as we start with that.
They're looking for a ball delivery system, and they're going to get it. There's the shockwave right in on top of it. They even have the spell shield, the fear, and they're going to give it over to the clockwork wind-up of Tang Yuan. They get themselves that turret, they'll get themselves that kill, and RNG, they're looking to pick up the pace. However, Riptail's been dropped at bot side. Ala picked that one up, so he's going to get a tier 2. He might even get a second charge, because
slightly in favor of EDG, and one thing which is interesting here is Ala went for the Triforce first item.
All right, we might have ourselves our first full 5v5. Dragon started up to about half HP. RNG not really in a position to fight this. Never mind, they're going for it, and they will get the shockwave combination. The Bard ult keeps everybody in place. Ming puts down the Magnet Storm. Leave is dead. Finally, Ala jumps in on top of LWX, flashes him over the wall, shut down over to Ala. It's been a trade of 2 for 1, but Ala is starting to bear down on their necks. He's separated from the rest of his team, and the Dragon is still available, but Ala is just huge.
The thing about this composition from EDG is that you have to kill more than just the AD carry. They do get leave.
A prioritization issue now for RNG. Like you said, they can't just go for the one. They have to go for more than that. There is a ward here. They know this is going down.
And also because of the Hex Plate, you have the Nocturne ult available. Again, it's rank 2, low cooldown EDG. They have to contest this into the ultimate's backup.
It's a Callista. They're going to have the Bard Fate. There's the Tempered Fate coming in just to try and buy some time. There comes the Maokai ultimate finally in synergy. The Nocturne pops out his Paranoia just to delay everybody from oncoming, but they're going to go back in, and they're going to try with the Magnet Storm. The Shockwave doesn't really land onto anybody. Great shuffle backwards to try and disengage. Fisher is going in so hard to make sure the rest of his team have the space, and Ala and Leave again stay alive. Ala's just too big now.
The combo was well executed from RNG, but you have to hit too many people to really win this team fight. Wade doesn't have ultimate now. I know his ult's on a short cooldown. It's not that short. I think he's just going to get jumped on if he looks to contest. Everyone at EDG is very high health.
They're looking for a bit of a kill on the back side of this one here. Tries to get in. They're going to get the Maris down, but can they get the kill afterwards? They will not be able to get anything else. Nocturne did go down. No smite available.
Himself the full Zhonya's now. Looking to siege down bit.
Yeah, there's not really much of a defense to be had here. Ala is just so to happen.
What they do. So, EDG find themselves in a pretty okay spot, honestly. Particularly at the hands of Ala, who is now looking at Wei. Wei is, he's in a bad spot.
He's in a very bad spot. The Fear will come in. They're going to try and burn him down before he can really go anywhere. He does not have flash anymore. Leave will pick that one up, and that's going to be, you would imagine, a turret, but they don't want to overcommit for this. There's going to be a good chain of corruption right down into LWX, so he's chunked before this can really happen. Ala needs to get out after the fact. They do get the Fates called down, though, to knock up 3, but there's no damage. There's no one to really follow up onto this, and they can't take anyone down. Fisher's not even here. Fisher is bot side having a grand old time playing Stardew Valley. He's just farming up a storm.
Did you say the Fisher is farming? You know you can fish in that as well, right?
You know what? I don't play many other games, okay?
You know, I used to have a Stardew Valley game where I named a lot of the chickens I kept after my favorite attack against these targets. He's got more counter strikes, and he is just so hard to get off the table.
And a little bit of a kind of an unsung carry in the last one. I'm going to stop myself. They're looking for a pick. They're looking to try and find Leave, and they will get him. Taking him out, but the stun comes down onto Way. He'll take about half his HP. We're going back into this, and here comes the raid boss. You mess with my little brother, and everyone's like, with the new Hunter form, I believe, with the sides kind of taken off. I could be mistaken on that one, but...
Hunting is the regular Baron.
Right.
Yep. The one with the eye... Well, let's talk about that later, because we got some hunting in the mid lane.
We do have some hunting in the mid lane, but immediately Fisher gets himself into stasis and flashes away. They're going to try and get on top of this one. That's a good tempered fate to stop the recalls. They throw Ming back in, but can they follow up again on top of it? Ala finally jumps in. A good Shurima shuffle, and Ala is on the backside. There's just nothing they can do except run for their lives, because Ala is here. It's still a good trade, though, for the side of RNG. It's 2 kills for 2, but Wei can't die.
The shockwave is great eye candy, but you gotta kill this Jackson. They're just not able to. He's full HP. Wei is flashing, but he's just not going to be able to make enough distance up.
No, he will not. And remember that spell shield, you're probably wondering, why did it go off of the thing? The leap strike's an ability, and it counts towards the spell shield. Yep. Ala getting a huge amount of value there towards the last minutes there, but we do have a little bit of technical issues coming in off of that particular one. We'll hopefully get them sorted out very soon.
We actually got Nocturne ulted.
We did. We got Nocturne ulted a little bit there. But again, really, really good to see kind of EDG coming them back to it. We'll hopefully get the feedback up as soon as we possibly can. But they're in the ascendancy. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back in here and they're already taking the dragon. That would be my best guess. My best guess. So again, we should be coming back into game very, very shortly. We do apologize for the slight tech issues. But again, these things happen and we come in and there it is.
Exactly. So wait, what the hell? Everyone's dead.
RNG got the dragon.
Where did they go?
RNG fought at Infernal Soul, and that was their last stand.
Well, I mean, Rashid, they got the dragon.
Yeah, they did. They got
the dragon, and they all died for it.
Yeah, that is unfortunately a little anticlimactic from us. Unfortunately, that's the way these things go. But it is EDG taking the first game in this best of 3. A great start for them.
We actually did just get Nocturne ulted as they Nocturne ulted in-game. I got absolutely blasted.
Yep, that is how it is, unfortunately.
You know, something like that. If the hook lands on you, that burst combo gets turned around very, very quickly.
Yes, it is just, again, another little thing you have to keep an eye on for these things where it's just, do you...
Gives them the easiest access towards this dragon. Looks like that one will go down uncontested, though on vision currently.
Uncontested, on vision, which means the... Kevins will be traded.
JJ is spotting a ward, but doesn't spot Wei.
They haven't spotted Wei. Now they know he's here, and we're going to see now Vampire getting flashed in, queued down. He's going to try and flash, but you're already dead. And that is a great first blood here for RNG.
It is a bad day to...
Minions up as best you can. Wei is around the corner, but I don't know if they can really make this one fully work out. They're going to go for it regardless. There's going to be the TP, but they've already fully committed both ultimates. They're not going to have the burst available. Straight away, Wei backing himself out. They do have LWX getting caught, though. They're waiting for the flash, and there it is. Really good trigger discipline there from Fisher, but he may have already sacrificed his life just to make it happen. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade, but the Void Grubs were traded as an objective, so EDG still coming out on top. They now have 6 for themselves.
Really good trigger discipline from Fisher to wait for the W to force the flash first. First item, not completed yet for Tanyuan, but he's still got a decent amount of damage, even with just hitting back all of the AP assassin-y kind of items that he wants, and you don't even need to snowball at that point. The first item is such a strong point for you.
Now, Ala is going the wrong way right now, so he is going to be caught out. Breathe will get himself the Ghost. Will buffer that little bit of CC, but can Breed get the all out? Yes, he can. Ala gonna go into the stance to see if he can try and survive this, but without a flash and without a hope, he cannot survive. Breed gets the 1v1.
What's he doing there? Jhin for the Energized alongside the fleet. We saw some of that. So there are some things as well you kind of like Breed kind of going the difference between crits as well. Storm Razor obviously gives crit, and then you can go for the Energized, and then you can also kind of bridge the distance between the two of them.
They want to double
flash
down.
This time, folks.
Yep, no flash, but he should have a leap strike, and he does indeed. They're going to get the TP in. He's going to try and survive as long as he possibly can. Here comes the Azir. There's a lot of damage going in. A flash into the double knockback, but nobody's underneath the turret. They can use the Q and the all-out. He went straight into his death, and guess what? Casante's still busted.
Oh, gosh.
Besides, no, I'm going to pass towards top lane, because if I kill you, maybe get the teleport out, but probably not looking for that. I'm still going to have time to rotate down towards that bot side, so it's a free play. They get themselves onto Chem Soul point. They have 5 minutes until they have that soul. Is that EDG still have the 6 grubs, so if there becomes a small fight, it can snowball quite exponentially.
But you gotta be able to hit towers. And that's the one problem I have with it, because I look at that and I think, yes, awesome if Ala were ahead, or Fish on the RNG, pushing the tempo further and further forwards, forcing mid lane, forcing a response. EDG aren't going to be able to use these grubs anyway, you saw.
That's a very good point, and they're going to take down that mid turret. Big turret to take down.
I thought of it myself.
No problem, man. Glad you feel that way. But yeah, and now Ala is just being bullied. They need to guess which one he's in. Never mind, they don't need to guess anymore. Oh, I think he would have had it. I think he would have had it. He just kind of juked himself, to be perfectly honest. Now he's going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to throw Ming down here, but yeah, Ming wasn't even...
Much GG and Leaf for miscoordinating that one, but Tanya, she loses ult for that, but that's about it. Now, Ala is in a bit of trouble. Wade's here, and Ala looks like he's heading towards 0-4.
Yep. Well, he went from 0 deaths in game 1 to 4 deaths.
Either way, we now have a very early soul point being potentially converted into soul by RNG, only 22 minutes in. EDG, I don't think they have the items to fight for this one, but we'll definitely find that out soon enough.
Leave is very isolated right now, but they know Tanyuan and, of course, Wei are there. Here we go. They go for the hook. They do get an immediate flash ult away by Fisher, who's trying to go in. There's going to be the pop blossom to stop anyone from going in. They're trying to get the 4th shot off. Tanyuan, though, jumping in, and this is all RNG all the time. EDG just can't do anything. It's an ace. It's a clean one at that, and this game is basically over.
That it is clean ace. EDG just didn't have the items.
Flash, everything for Fisher, which means that when he finds the hook again, it's a very easy kill. Tanyuan having a pure target, having anything left in reserve between these two guys, and Ala not going to flash away, not going to jump away. He knows that there's no real threat to his life for the moment, but there's no real contest to stop them.
Wei is a higher level than Ala.
Yes, he is.
He's level 40 to level 13. Breathe is 3 levels up on the Jax.
So is Vampire.
What? What's... Oh my word, his own support. Is that... No, that's gotta be... That's gotta be the bug from the thing.
Yes, it's the bug from the thing, but no. Now we see Tanyuan going in, looking for a bit more, and he gets it. Even has a little bit of a snack just at the end to make sure, but they have full vision on him, and they want to kill him. Everything has been used, and a shutdown comes down, but I mean, it's a little bit of a constellation prize, not constellation. That's about the stars, and because the star is shining brightly for RNG, as they are just going to take that little fight and go, cool. But we still get everything else.
EDG, look to the stars for an answer. Does the stars just spell out try again next time?
Get wrecked. But yeah, there's nothing stopping this push. You've used everything to kill off the Akali. And now, there's just not really a lot to stop this. Look at the damage, there is none! That's just Wei going in and nobody able to stop him do anything!
Wei just kind of,
Where's Fisher gone?
He's doing his own thing, man! He's set sail, he's in international waters, he wants no part of this!
I mean, I get it, you're not going to be able to probably...
Either way, they cost them, what, 3 ultimates and a flash or something like that to finally take him down and get that shutdown, but... I'm sure that's, well, that's still pretty much the best news they've had all game. This is not probably the best news of the game. They're probably going to lose another kill.
Yeah. It's a little sad. It's a little sad, but EDG, sadly, not going to be able to wriggle themselves out of this one, you would imagine. They are very far behind, and they don't really have an answer for the shields, the heals, the magic damage shields, everything. Like, they don't do damage to anyone on RNG.
And I did hear that lobster fishing is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Maybe that's what Fish is doing this game.
You're going to run out of your quota very quickly on this season if you're going with these Fisher jokes. I'm telling you, I'm being honest, you're going to run out of your quota.
I thought I'd get them in early. Just make sure I claim them, you know?
Claim the Fisher joke. Because no way any of us are going to make any more Fisher puns or anything like that, but... yeah, this is just a formality at this point. RNG taking that first game fairly personally.
Can I use the garlic joke here and now as well? Is that wasting too much of that? What's happening there? This one's not looking any better itself. Burning the tree down.
Yep, getting everything and anything they want as RNG fight back in this series and put themselves to a 1-1 scoreline. EDG didn't really have a hope at any point of this game. It just felt like a constant downward spiral for them. And the game won't be over just yet, but I do think that we are going to see the Cassante just go back, TP back in, and then the end of the game.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. felt like EDG put a lot of value on getting this Jax into the game. They were nullified, and poor JJ had no platform to play off of. They got one last hurrah.
Oh, indeed, but yeah, it's too far behind. The Pop Blossom was nice, but EDG just can't keep it together. That's going to be a nice and easy little finish with Tang Yuan. We mentioned the Akali earlier. It is something that Tang Yuan is very well versed in, but right now it's Ala just playing keep away. But yeah, he ain't gonna be smiling no more. That is a pretty definitive loss going on to EDG. 0-7 for Ala's Jax. And guess what? You can't blind pick this anymore. That's that is a pocket pick in a situation from now on for you.
Yep, that was a draft too far from EDG. And, you know, after game one, you'd be very, very believing in that game, just because of the burst potential for that. But there's just throwing that onto the table, just in case they want to play for slightly more split push.
Absolutely. And look, this is very clearly from both teams. A bit of a roam, an early roam coming out from the side of RNG. They had already got the Kalista up there as well. So really no way you can contest that, sadly. Sorry, not the Kalista, excuse me, the set, but here's a bit of a shuffle. And they're going to use the Poppy combination as well. Tang Yuan will sacrifice his life as the rest of his team go out that, but that's going to be our EDG, I should say, getting themselves their first blood of the entire series.
Yeah, it's a play in multiple parts. The flash taken away earlier by JJ, and suddenly hook, line, and sinker in the mid. As opposed to last game, there's no one matchup which has been tilted so far out of control that it's actually game losing, like it was with that one ward cleared. It will give him a bit of ingress into EDG's side of the map.
You can see just how much respect Allah has to give right now. He does not have vision. He does not know where this Vi is. And if he gets caught, this is where the snowball can happen.
Oh dear.
Here we go. They're going to pop down both ultimates. They're going to go over the wall. There is the cease and desist. And there is the kill. Allah's right to flash away right at the last second. But RNG...
Seeing a similarity to game 2 where the top lane falls out of control now.
And again, it was down to Wave finding an opportunity. And this is where this game gets a little bit funky. Now we're going to have a 3v3. There we're going to go in. There's the face breaker coming in. They're going to have the Talia popping off as well as they look to try and maybe re-engage, and this Vampire gets knocked up right as LWX flashes over to make sure you get the damage down, putting in all these spears, rending your soul, and the revenge is sweet for LWX.
Yeah, that ain't the scary kind
by
of...
Darius.
Oh, Udyr. No, I mean, in this game, anyway. But either way, like, this matchup has just gone horribly, and EDG on the red side feels like maybe they could have given Ala a better top lane matchup. We know how good he is from a lead. He is one of our better top laners, but sadly for him, he's finding himself in an awkward situation. He can't teleport in. He doesn't have the HP. Breathe can. Yes, Breathe can, but can they get anything else out of it? Vampire just going to be left to die. Wei goes all the way into the back line. They'd even cut them off. Nicely done by Tang Yuan to make sure that Wei did not get caught out. I mean, Ala just can't really join that. I completely agree with that call. However, I think this actually works out in Ala's favor. It's not a game-breaking fight. This wouldn't be great, though, if Leave gets called. That's cheap. That is cheap. You can't look like that. And that is just the way this series is kind of turning. Kind of chaperoning Wei as well and playing some mid-jungle. Wei was kind of, I'm not going to say he was mind-controlled or he was the one being piloted, but when you fall behind in something like an Aatrox matchup, which, of course, we saw in this game, really. He's managed to claw back some of it, don't get me wrong, but you are going to be one shot along with the rest of your team. No one on EDG can really deal with that. You don't have yourself any exhaust on the side of EDG either to mitigate some of that damage. Vision is so key. Yeah, because the way that mid lane turret is kind of placed now, it's harder to walk into the enemy jungle from mid lane. Helping hand, and already getting that Riptail down. Try and get another tier 2, and this is just good, small... Sorry, I don't know where they have the damage for it. Don't think they have the damage to do it before he gets his ult off either way. Wei's looking for an engage. That's a Weaver's wall. They've separated Fisher, and they're going to go straight in now. There's going to be the Haymaker across 3, but I don't think Ning's going to be able to stay alive for this much longer. They're holding the Kalista ult. Never mind, they couldn't use it. Kalista got punted out of there, and that's why EDG were able to take out... Which one of them went very low? Vampire did a great job of keeping Breathe from directly following up with that combo. Again. I don't know if you can go for this, folks. Breathe still has flash, still has ult. WX and Breed just keeping Ala away. They actually get themselves out of the pot. Okay, maybe they can. They can, because you can't really go for a fight like that. They do bait out the Azir ultimate, but unfortunately for Breed, he just gets clipped for that fight. Yeah, it felt like that was the real point of power when they had to. Oh, this is not where you want to be. He is very far away from his team. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. Now he does. He dead. That is a big mistake. And again, this is exactly what we were saying before. RNG, it felt like they had the point of power, but that is...
Maelstrom, but they might just lose the Baron. They don't seem interested in it.
The rend is stacking up to a huge amount at this point. Wade's losing a bit of HP from tanking this for so long. Weaver's walls cutting them off from the angle.
Yeah, they don't get the Keeper's Verdict either. And this is going to be Breed looking for a little bit of a move. He finds Leave. And that's going to be a kill going up to them. They need to fix the fight, though. They get the Baron, but can they get people out of there? The Ignite will tick down Breed. No! He's on nothing. The flash forward, the shutdown. The Aatrox picks up that kill. But do you want this kill? Wait, I'm not quite sure you wanted that fight. You need to get the hell out of there. Should be able to get himself away as the rest of his team go for Fisher. Looks for a bit of an engagement. Won't be able to get it. And now the rest of his team shall pay for his moves. They did not think he would die so quickly. And eventually JJ will flash away and maybe get out with his life as Smite comes down to slow him, but he pops down the Q. Another Q. Q misses. It's a jungle v jungle BS to the flash forward. The steadfast presence.
Come on.
And now he misses another one. He needs an empowering auto, but he's not going to get it. The Baron does go to RNG, but my...
will turn for the fight. You know, LWX and Tanya, they're not really comboing up. Of course, Breathe is full sending it into the enemy team. But because they split, it's like they've done the hard work. They've gotten so many individual leads that they can kind of get away with it. Now, that's not necessarily what you want for the finished product of this team, but this is the very first series of the year, despite it being against their arch nemesis in the LPL. Of course, if they won here, they extend their record very slightly over them too. Something like, I don't know, 73 to 62 all time. They've played so many games. But either way, it would get them a series win against them, which puts them onto the pinky, chocolatey... What are the three-colored ice creams called? Cosmopolitans? Neapolitans?
Neapolitans.
That's the one. That's like, the other one's a cocktail, I think. But either way.
Cosmo items is looking absolutely massive. I will say for Ala, he is up to 3 items right now, and is level 16, so he has fallen.
Flash ultimate onto someone like Leave to help with the combo now.
I mean, you go for this because you know the Q in is not going to be able to be followed up by a flash, and now do you look for something else? A flash away by Fisher as they look to try and burn down the set. Finally gets hit in, but here we go! Slicey Maelstrom lands onto 4, and they are melting these health bars, but can they take the fight back? That's the question. Tanyuan is still very, very healthy, as is LWX. Yes, you killed off 2 on the side of RNG, but it does not matter because they were not the carries. Ala, it was a very valiant effort, but it was not enough. RNG get themselves a 3 for... RNG, though, are still in the lead. 8,000 gold up. Now they put themselves on the Chemsol point, and they are starting to move forward. They need to start picking up wins.
Particularly for 2 teams which have changed a lot this offseason too. You would like to go in with a bit more way.
Oh, he's looking for something, but I don't know if he really wanted it. The Chain of Corruption doesn't land, but it doesn't have to. Wait, my bro, you've been doing so well in game number 2 on this buy, and this one he's just...
As soon as you mention it, action starts to happen. EDG have got themselves into a decent position for this. There's no flanking ward to teleport to. Arrows are starting to rain down, and it's not like Ming has himself any sustain.
They're looking for a bit of a move. The Chain of Corruption, though, doesn't land onto anybody. They move back. The flash back in. Fisher. They may be able to get him out alive. No! Deleted! Tanyuan and Breed just comboing up very nicely now. Wei looking to try and jump onto lead. They need to try and get this AD carry out of it. A flash by Tanyuan as he looks to try and jump straight back onto the Varus. That's it. That's got to be the game because you have no wave clear left and all of your carries will be dying. Ala is trying to keep his last breath going for as long as he can, and he's doing a fairly good job, but they may just barrel up mid.
Oh, it was a disastrous shuffle from Fisher. It went into the minefield, the unraveled earth from the Tillier. He stuns himself late game in front of the entire enemy team. He loses almost all of his HP before he can Zhonya's, and what was looking like a tense late game scenario is decided by one egregious error from the new mid laner of EDG.
Really unfortunate there that's what these games are built on, those fine margins, but can they defend it? It's the 2 tanks. Thank you, boys, but they will be going out of this game. RNG will be starting off their 2024 with a win, and it's ever so sweet when it's against an old rival.
And it is one of the most storied matchups in LoL esports history. RNG walk away with a 2-1 victory after getting hammered again.